What is up, RC enthusiasts? David from RunThatRc here, and today I've got my four-wheel steering build that I'm going to show you guys how I put that together. I got this right here just for a demo purpose. Now, some people might actually have enough parts to just go ahead and make this, or can just, find the individual parts and buy those separately to make it, but I was looking online, and for me to make this with the parts that I use, the cheapest way to get all those parts would just to have two of these. Now, depending on where you live, the prices of these may vary. For me, I got this one for 25 bucks. I got this one for 30 bucks. So, even getting two of them together, it'll be pretty cool. You'll have a ton of spare parts for the price. You'll have spare tires, you'll have a spare transmission, spare motor. That's just if you want to do this four-wheel steering type rig. That's the cheapest way, or the most cost-effective way I could think of doing this, because you will end up with a ton of spare parts. And not only that, when you're done playing with it in the four-wheel form, let's just say you get tired of it and you don't really need the four-wheel anymore, it's lost its appeal to you, and you're just, I just want it to be a regular truck again. Well, guess what? You can still use that servo tray that you used in the back for this one, slap it back on your other truck, and now you have two trucks again to play with. So that's pretty much why I recommend just getting two, because you'll have a bunch of spare parts if anything, and if not, you will actually have two nice trucks to play with. So yeah, let's go ahead and get onto this. I'm going to go ahead and take the top off of this one and show you guys how it looks underneath and how I got it to be four-wheel steering. So let's get to that right now. Alright, now let's take this bad boy apart. I totally forgot I still had a battery in here. Let's get that out. And unplug my headlights. And there you go. This is what it looks like underneath. As you can tell in the back, I just have the servo in here. I still do need to make a servo mount right here. But I was watching, I believe, Tom Lee's RC Garage or something. I just want to mention or give credit to the person that showed me this. That these little servo arms that come in your kit, they actually, you could use this one, or the one that only has the 2-point that looks like that. But if you look right here, it actually fits where the servo mount would go. So you just put a screw in there and a screw in there, and that can hold that servo down just like that. You don't even need a servo mount, so that's a cheap fix for that. So yeah, if you look on that, we have the same servo tray that we have in the front, in the back, and I did have to trim it out a little bit right here to be able to slap the body back on, because it was hitting the body and not allowing the body to sit flush on the frame. So I did have to chop the back up a little bit, nothing too crazy, and I had to chop off all the things that stuck out and protruded up here in the front just to make them flush so the body can come down on it. The front, it's all factory. The servo I have in the back is from an MN model, which I noticed it has a longer servo lead. But if you have just a regular WPL servos, you could just go ahead and buy a servo lead extension, and that will solve that problem, and you can get your ESC back, your receiver in here still. So yeah, and if you look here in the back, I'm just using factory steering components and factory axle that belongs in the front. So this is why you needed the other kit, so you can get all these components right here, and the servo and the tray, and just to have everything to make it a simple upgrade. You can mod stuff, you can fabricate mounts and everything to make everything work together, and you can go that route. But here I'm just showing you the route I went, because it's less modification, everything screws in normally, and when you have the body on the truck and you look from underneath and stuff, it kind of looks like it came that way, like you bought this truck that way. So that's a plus. People think that it looks like that normally, so it looks less hacked up and more just it came that way, So that's the only reason I did that way. But yeah, it's just pretty simple. I have a 3-channel receiver in there, and don't want to open up that bay. There's nothing really in there other than a XL5 brushed ESC and a receiver. So this is the receiver right here. I'd just show it to you guys since I have a couple of them. So yeah, I still have everything plugged in normally. You know, channel 1 is your steering, channel 2 is your ESC, and then channel 3 is where I have the rear servo connected to. And you can put your lights on that VCC channel right there. You can put your lights onto that channel and it'll work. Or if you're gonna end up using that channel, like I'm gonna end up using that channel for something that hopefully it does work, and I can actually switch that channel. I'm not sure if it's doable or not, but if it is an extra channel in there and I can actually make it do stuff, then I will have the 2-speed running through that. So I'll have 4-wheel steering, a 2-speed, and lights. So yeah, I could get better receivers with more channels and stuff, but I'm gonna see if I can make this one work. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But that's how it's running right now without the 2-speed. It's using this perfectly fine. So yeah, now you got that done right there. I'm not sure if you can see how I mounted that all on. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's straightforward. The holes line up, so you kind of mount it like how you mounted the front servo tray. That's how you mount the rear one into the rear. And you just make sure you have your diff cover housings, you know, opposite of each other, just so they spin the right way. So you're installing it the same way you would install the rear axle. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's simple, works great. That's how I did it. Pretty simple stuff. Hope you like that. You know, I just wanted to show you guys that there was no crazy cutting, no crazy modding done. The only cutting that I had to do was just to trim all these mounts to make them flush, so nothing's popping up here. And I had to cut out just this back piece a little bit, very little bit. As you can tell, this is still the back. This is still the full back of the tray. I just had to trim it on the sides so wires can go through the sides right here, and the body can sit on there flush. And that's pretty much it. It's a simple upgrade. Makes the truck really fun. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slap this all back together for you so I can show you how it works with the transmitter. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, guys, if you look here, see if I can. So normally there is a tab out here that sits out on the inside portion. Trying to figure out a way to see if I can show it to you guys, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you take these apart. You will see a tab in there that sits into this frame to line this back piece up with the frame. You are going to need to take that tab off, or else it won't sit flush because of this servo tray. That's about it. Just wanted to add that in there. So there you go. The body's back on. And now the screw that holds the bed on the back is not installed because I don't have that hole there anymore. You can go ahead and drill a hole there and probably put a longer screw to hold that back, but the only thing I'm doing to hold the cabinet in place is with these screws right here that screw in right there where that rear bed mount is supposed to screw in back here. So that's the only screws I'm using right now to hold this whole body in place. Not even the front screws are on or nothing, so it's not too bad. Works great. Let me slap a battery on her and I'll show you how it works. Alright, there you go. Got your 4-wheel steering. And all I do on here, when it's all programmed, you can program any of these to do whatever. So what I have done is I have this one programmed if I push it forward. And now I only got front steering. Put it back in the middle right there. Got 4-wheel steering. Put it to the back. And now you got rear wheel steering. Now, if you want to do the crab, you got to put it back to the 4-wheel. So go back to the middle position, 4-wheel, and then hit this third channel right here, and that'll switch it from, see, it says crab, and from normal, 4-wheel and crab. So now we got the crab function there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Everything is programmed in the controller. The controller does all the mixing and stuff. And that's the fun you're gonna have with the 4-wheel steering mod. Hope you guys enjoyed that. You guys go out there, have some fun, have a great day, and go run that RC.